Welcome to the Bath Fizz and Foam YouTube channel. My name is Robyn French Smith, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Chunkadust Geode Mold. Now, I do have a video already about how to use the Cada bowl mold, and they're both very similar in the sense that they create a bath bomb that has an indented shape, you know, where like the middle is hollow, and you can fill it with things. These are typically called bombshell molds because I don't know why. Why am I gonna because as though I know the reason. I don't freaking know why they're called that, but that's what they're called. So this is just a different style of bombshell mold, and I actually really like the way Chunkadust does their bombshell designs. I think the first one that I tried was the first Chunkadust bombshell mold that I had was the pumpkin bombshell mold that they have, and it's just a different way of constructing the mold itself and like putting the pieces together. And I think that it's actually very successful. It's a lot easier. So typical bombshell molds are two pieces, and you have like your shell piece and then you have your press piece, and you have to like kind of rock the press piece into the shell piece. Like, I'll put a link in the thing at the top, whatever, I probably already did it, where you can see like the Cada bowl mold, and you'll get what I'm talking about. And this one, the Chunkadust ones are different because you have that indent piece that you can put in at the top, or if you wanted to, you could put the bowl shape on the top and fill that part first. I particularly like being able to fill this indent part first because you can press that area where the lip is going to be. And so like I'm lightly filling the mold with bath bomb dust, and then I'm just like gently pressing all kind of around the lip on that rim of the bowl. And by doing that, I'm able to get like a super crisp edge to my indent mold. And normally that's the hard part, is because it's hard to like fill the bath bomb, but also make sure that that edge is crisp and tight, even though the inside has to be hollow. I don't know. And I don't know if I'm doing this right or whatever. This is how I do them, and they work really well for me. So now I'm taking the indent part, not the indent part. I'm taking the press part, the thicker press part, and then just putting it into the top. I don't know what I'm doing right now. I think I'm looking for a spoon. I think I couldn't find a spoon. And I'm gonna knock the sides just to knock the dust off of the edges to help me make slightly less of a mess. And I'm showing you, I'm kind of exaggerating because I'm trying to show you like how I'm pressing the edges of the mold. And I say this a lot, but like the middle part of the mold is going to get pressed in. Whether you press it in or not, that part is gonna get pressed in. So your focus really needs to be on the edges. And then I'm taking the spoon, knocking it against that small flat part to help break the suction between the mold and the bath bomb. And then I slightly push the shell down and then release the shell from the main body of the bath bomb. And if you have small hands like me, sometimes it can be a little bit more difficult to do that, but it's fine, it works. And then always, always, always tippity tap in that mold to break the suction. If you're going to pull up on the bath bomb, if you're trying to separate the bath bomb from the bath bomb mold and it's sticking, then don't force it, because forcing it is not going to do anything except leave you sad and in tears, okay? It's going to break your bath bomb if you force it. So use a spoon, use a knife, use whatever instrument you would like to that will cause critical damage, I guess, to the bath bomb mold, and separate it, but don't break your bath bomb, okay? It's fine if you break it though. I mean, you can like always try again. I'm just saying, like, if you force it out, it's gonna break it. Okay, so once again, lightly filling the mold, and I'm going to I'm not packing it real heavy. I'm just tapping the mix down in there to make sure it's all the way in there, and then lightly filling it up. And I'm going for a specific weight. I can't remember how much these weighed. I want to say like 5.5 ounces, something like that. They're pretty big, but 3D mold makers, almost without fail, I have yet to meet a 3D mold maker who says that they can't do this, but most of them will resize the molds for you. So if you get a mold, or you don't have it, you don't even have it yet, but she's like, you want it, but you're like, gosh, that's really big. You can almost always ask them, hey, can you size this up or size it down for me? Oh, here, I'm trying to show you. Sides, good. Middle, it's right out. No need, okay? Just press on the sides. It's hard to show you though, because like I know from an overhead look that it looks like I'm just pressing straight down in the middle, but I promise you I'm not. I'm pushing on the edges. And then releasing that top part. If there's any parts that are broken or pull up or cracked or anything like that, you can just gently tap them down. And then you can flip the mold out like this. Now, if you don't want to flip it straight out, like if it makes you nervous to flip it out onto a pan like that, you can use a piece of cardboard, or I have like a cool little tool called an unmolding helper. It's just like a little flat piece. Anyway, you can use something else if you're nervous about flipping it, but don't be nervous about flipping it. It's not going to come out of the mold or anything like that. It's just, I don't know. There was a while where I was like afraid to do that, but also it wasn't so much that I was worried about flipping it. It's that I was worried about pressing and squishing the bath bomb when I was like unmolding from the side. Anyway, I've used lots of different techniques to unmold. And so the good news is like you can pretty much do it like any way that works for you. Like find a way that works for you and then do it that way. Like you don't have to do it the way I'm doing it. I'm just showing you the way that works for me. Find the way that works for you, baby. And here we have the side view. I always try to do, especially with the mold tutorials, try to do a top view and a side view so you can see kind of different angles of what's going on. Except that now I'm making a huge ass mess. Like whatever though. And one of the things I wanted to show you, especially a side view, what I really like to show you is like how much I'm mounding up the mix. Like it's really like piled up there quite a lot. And that's going to help with especially like rounded shapes. So I just put out a call for like what molds do you want to see like made, right? Like a call for like more mold tutorials from like in our Bath Fizz and Foam support group to see like what people are interested in seeing made. And a lot of the ones that I'm seeing are things where it's like it's a thick fat mold. So like the ducky where it's hard to get his wings filled, or the 3D emoji poop. What a world that's my job. I'm like, what do you guys want me to do? And they're like, the 3D emoji poop. That one, I need some help with it. Anyway, so the 3D emoji poop was requested. It's another one where it's like, is she just thick? And it's hard to get it all the way in there, get the mix all the way in there because she's thick. So it's fine though. You're just going to have to mound it up and work with it. Okay, so I do not include how I turn these from just a basic bowl into an actual geode. If you'd like to watch the video for that, I'll include a link in the description because I did them live on a face-to-face Friday, which we have on our Facebook business page. So you can watch the actual steps from me taking it from a blue bowl into this glorious, freaking fantastic, beautiful geode. You can watch that entire process step by step. I will show you every step of the way. And somebody asked, when I show the final pictures of these beautiful babies, somebody asked like, hey, somebody asked like, hey, aren't those giant rock crystals? Wait, rock crystals? What the fuck am I talking about? Aren't those giant salt crystals going to like be gross in the tub? Like, are they gonna dissolve? Like, what's going on with that? And I was like, no, they'll be fine. But then also I was like, wait, maybe I should double check before I just say that, because could be I'm just talking out my ass. So let's double check. So so I'm gonna show you a little video where I double check. And so here it is going into the water. Oh, so pretty. Oh my god, look how pretty. That's kind of the cool thing, is like you forget that it's blue. Like I forgot. You might not forget because you just watched the video of me making it and then you watched the video of me putting it in the water. But like I forgot between the time that I made this and like put it in the water, I forgot that it was blue. And also just look at that blue. It is a stunning blue, if I do say so myself. It's a very pretty blue. And so I have it in the water. I'm using, you know, the heat of the water is going to help melt that cocoa butter, which is what's connecting or like gluing the rock. The rock. Why do I keep saying rock? It's salt, damn it. The cocoa butter that has the salt glued to the geode. I'm just like using that heat of the bathtub to melt it. And everybody's so worried about the salt. Here's what had happened was I must have got like a little trigger happy, a little carried away when I was adding my lakes to my bath bomb, because I'm about to pull my hand up and we're about to say what had happened. Oh, awkward. And I've done like plenty of videos where I'm like, oh no, this bath bomb stained my hands. And so I was like, well, I'm either gonna have to edit that out so people can't think I ever fuck up, or I might just have to explain that like, it's fine. It's fucking fine, because opposed to some bath bombs that I've tried, looking straight the fuck at you, looking straight at you, after sticking my hand in the water and just kind of like rubbing my fingers together under the water for a few seconds, the blue went away. So, just saying. Okay, so the blue lake, even though I was a little lake happy on that, didn't stain my hands. And we're gonna drain the tub and we're gonna see what happens with the salt, not the rock. Okay, there were a few little things of salt that didn't dissolve, but you know what made the mess? Not the salt, not the lake. My age-old nemesis, MICA. Yeah, that MICA that I had painted on the back of it, that's what made the mess. Not a big mess, thankfully, because I used a little bit of polysorbate 80 when I painted it, and also I have polysorbate 80 in my bath bomb, so it's not like the mess that it could have been, but it does leave a little bit of a mess. A little light patina of stain, okay? But fortunately, like I said, I had included polysorbate 80 in my bath bomb and in the paint. And so with a little bit of Scrubbing Bubbles, hashtag not sponsored, but hey, Scrubbing Bubbles, feel free to sponsor me if you're into it. It cleans right up and we're golden, we're gravy, we're good. Guys, thank you so much for watching this, for hanging out with me today, for learning how to use a bath bomb mold, for forgiving me for getting my hands blue for just a second. And for enjoying watching me have to clean a bathtub, even though you didn't get to see me pulling faces while I was doing it. If you would like to have more content, you can always come join us in the Bath Fizz and Foam Bath Bomb and Bubble Bar support group on Facebook. We do a free live making session every Monday called Make With Me Monday, and we would love to see you at that. You could also come check us out at our website, bathfizzandfoam.com. And we have started a Patreon. So if you'd like even more content beyond the free Make With Me Monday and the videos like this that I post, you could come join us on Patreon. We have all kinds of extra projects that are going on there. Extra color studies, early access to these videos. And, Make With Me Monday is always going to be free to you guys, but it's not free to make. And so we do love that some of you are so amazing and want to continue to support us. And as a way to say thank you, we are giving you so much. We're just giving you so much, like so much content. I have so much content lined up for that. So anyway, I just want to thank all of our patrons who are currently donating. And I'm going to do a little thing where I like have their name scroll across the screen because that's cute. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate more than you could ever know. And as always, happy making.